This Western Leopard Toad narrowly escaped being put down this week after a puzzling journey into the heart of Cape Town.
This is not so much a case of why did the chicken cross the road, but rather a case of how did the toad manage to get up to the 8th floor of the Media City building right behind me.
Being part of a highly endangered species, not to mention the fact that he ought to be in hibernation at the moment, the toad was quite a find for the editor of Weg and Go, Barney Lowe.
I saw it hopping just there on my floor, and it came from, I suspect, somewhere in amongst all these things.
Frog experts warn, though, that simply releasing any toad without any knowledge of its whereabouts could cause the potentially catastrophic spread of disease.
So this little toad has been with you for almost a week here in quarantine, but it was also, there was at one point it was even, you were considering to put it down. Could you explain why that was even a consideration?
In terms of population management, it's important to see the bigger picture as well. Because we weren't sure where this toad was, and speaking to the guys at the magazine, they said, look, they just did a field trip up to Botswana, and first, they actually thought there's a frog that came down from Botswana. There is a chance that it might have travelled with equipment all the way to Botswana and back. If it came into fleeting contact with another frog from up there, it might be carrying a disease now that's still unknown down in the Cape. And you might find the frogs that have got no immunity against that disease. So normally, if you don't know the origins, the safest things to do from a nature conservation perspective, unfortunately, is either to keep the animal in captivity institution or to euthanize it. Cape Nature have taken a fairly conservative approach, that they prefer to euthanize animals if the origin is unsure. There are very few institutions in the Western Cape who's got the level of biosecurity that meets the requirement from Cape Nature to actually keep them in captivity. We happen to be one of them, so in that instance I got a communication from Andrew Turner at Cape Nature today saying, yeah, no problem, if you guys apply for a permit, in an instance such as this, they will actually support it. But this particular frog, the rest of its life, will be spent in captivity. It will not be re-released back into the wild.